The Corn School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by BASF and Pride Seeds.
So 2012 corn crop has huge potential. For the most part across the province, planting conditions were really quite good in almost every part of the province. We could have complained a little bit about the lack of moisture in April and May, but what that often did was gave us lots of opportunities to plant corn under very nice soil conditions and get it planted relatively early, almost again right across the province. So early planting, good soil conditions has got the crop off to an excellent start. Of course, the heat keeps coming. We're now July the 5th. We're significantly ahead of normal in terms of crop heat units, and you had to go looking for a field of corn that wasn't above your knees by the 1st of July, or maybe at your head. We have corn down in the southwest here that's tasseling. That's got to be near record date for tasseling. That bodes well for a good grain filling period. You know, it's one thing to try to fill grain on into the end of September. When you tassel on the 1st of July, you're going to have your grain filling all wound up by the beginning of September. So that bodes well for grain filling and for high yield potential. Of course, right across the province, if you're moving into the pollination phase, which we are down here in the southwest, and in many parts of the province we're getting close to the pollination period, moisture stress on the crop becomes the big concern. And so we have areas across the province where rainfall is on the limiting side right now, and we'd hope that as we move into the pollination period that everyone could get sort of soil moisture that would allow us to set a decent kernel number during this pollination period that's sort of upon us or soon to be upon us.
What about the potential here, Greg? I mean, we're coming up to tasseling. A lot of people are talking about corn fungicides, whether with the price where it is and the potential. What do you tell growers when they're thinking about fungicides right now?
We'd love to say that we have defined really carefully a strategy for when you know how to use or when to use a fungicide and when not to use a fungicide. Dave Hooker's done some nice work at Ridgetown, but we still struggle to come up with a good strategy that includes all of the factors that would help a grower say, oh yes, I need a fungicide, or no, I don't need a fungicide. On average, about 6 bushel response to their work here at the University of Guelph is what we've got from a fungicide application. Well, at today's prices, an average of 6 bushel response will pretty much pay for a fungicide application. Sometimes the fungicide applications can result in obviously considerably less than 6 bushel, and sometimes the fungicide application can result in yields that are considerably more than 6 bushel. A few of the factors that contribute to improving the likelihood of a greater than 6 bushel response are high yield environments. So if you have a really high yielding potential in a crop, fungicides tend to, there's more likelihood to give you a higher yield response. Corn after corn generally is a situation where you would get more, or the likelihood was there to get more than 6 bushels per acre. If you knew what the rainfall was going to be, generally the likelihood of getting a greater than 6 bushel response increases if you looked at a forecast that said rainfall was going to be above average. So there are a few factors that lean us towards thinking that the fungicide application might be more than average, and those are a few of them. High yield potential, if you're planting corn after corn, and I didn't mention the one about leaf diseases, which of course is why we're out there applying fungicides. If you could actually identify leaf diseases on the ear leaf, that would be another good signal that fungicide applications might give you more than the average response.
Thank you so much for those tips, sir.
Okay.